Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to all our EVSC students and families. My name is Mrs. Herrell. I hope that you have seen my other lesson and are watching all of the WNIN lessons for EVSC. I am the counselor at Hebron Elementary School. Go Hawks. Gotta love my Hawks. Shout out to them. And I am part of a group we call the CCT, that is the Comprehensive Counseling Team. And we work on lessons for students from K through 12th grade on academics, college and career readiness, and social emotional learning. Today, I'm going to do a lesson for you on being a bucket filler. Now, if you remember last time I was with you, we did my magic breath and we did some mindful breathing. And I know that some of the other counselors that have done their lessons they've started with some breathing. So we're going to start with a couple of deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And don't forget also to upload your picture to EVSC on Facebook, tag EVSC and tag your homeschool so we can see that picture of you blowing your mindful breath. So let's take one deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more in through your nose, out through your mouth. Very good. And here we go with our lesson. Thinking time. Everybody put your finger to your brain. And I want you to think about a time when someone has been kind to you. Tell someone else in the room about a time when someone was kind to you. It might have been even today. Might have been yesterday. Explain what they did that was kind. What made you think, wow, that was really nice. I know that yesterday I made supper and one of my boys said it was good. He said, that supper was delicious, Mom. I usually don't hear that. So that was so kind. I felt so good about that. Now I want you to think about a time when you have been kind to others. Something that you did for someone else. Think about that. Maybe it was kind words. Maybe it was kind actions. Think about that time. Tell someone in the room about something that you did that was kind. All right, now keep those kind of in your brain somewhere. Today we're going to talk about a bucket filler. And what is a bucket filler? I love this little bucket here. He's full of just sunshine and happiness. Bucket fillers are those who help without being asked. That's a good one, without being asked. They give hugs and compliments and generally spread their love and good feelings to others. Are you a bucket filler? We're going to find out. Have you filled a bucket today? This is our book that we're going to go over today, and I'm going to have them read it to you.
Have you filled a bucket today? By Carol McLeod, illustrated by David Messing. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has only one purpose. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too, They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that makes others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So, why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that is you. I hope that you enjoyed Have You Filled a Bucket Today by Herrell McLeod. Could you do me a small favor? Go out today and fill someone's bucket, because you'll be filling your bucket too. Remember, no matter how the weather looks, there's always time for a great
All right, boys and girls, that's one of my very favorite stories where they talk about how it doesn't cost any money to be a bucket filler. You can be a bucket filler by your words and by your actions. And I want to go over some of these. How can you be a bucket filler? Open the door for someone. That is so kind and so nice. Maybe somebody is coming in from your family, coming in from the grocery store, and their hands are full. And you open the door and help them in the doorway. Maybe you help carry in the groceries. That's a great way to help as well. That's a bucket filler. When you make others feel good, you're filling up that invisible bucket. Pick up someone's backpack or other belongings. If somebody drops something in the building or in your classroom or at home, be a helper, pick it up. That is being a bucket filler. Now I love, this one is one of my favorites. Clean up without being asked. That is like the best one ever. If you are at home and you decide that you want to be a great bucket filler, clean up your room without your mom asking. That is going to fill the bucket. She'll walk into your room and she'll be like, what in the world? And her heart will be so full and that bucket will fill up so quickly. Clean up even though you didn't make the mess. Sometimes at Hebron, I don't know about your school, but sometimes at Hebron we have that trouble in our cafeteria. No, there are lots and lots of things that are still left on the cafeteria table, but unbelievably, nobody put it there. I don't know who did that. I don't know whose that is. But we have some special bucket fillers at Hebron that after all the boys and girls leave, some of the boys and girls stay back and they clean up the tables. And they fill buckets every single day. They fill the bucket of the cafeteria workers, the workers that are on duty in the cafeteria, administration, their teachers. They fill those buckets every single day because they decided on their own without being asked that they wanted to have more pride in our school and they wanted to pick up the tables when boys and girls left from the cafeteria. And those students are those ones that are filling up buckets every single day. Smile at someone you don't know. Smiling, if you've ever heard, smiling is contagious. So if you see someone on the street, maybe they don't have a smile on their face. If you smile for them, unbelievably, they'll smile back. Because a smile is contagious. And just giving a little smile can really make someone's day. And that would be great. Be extra helpful to teachers or other adults. Offer to help someone who looks like they're struggling. Tell someone you like their work, just like my son did last night and told me that he enjoyed my dinner. That filled my bucket last night and made me have a great evening. So we're going to talk about what does being a bucket filler look like, sound like, and feel like. So first of all, we're going to start with what does a bucket filler look like? Raise your hand if you know what a bucket filler looks like. Okay, all right. Being a bucket filler looks like sharing. Definitely sharing. Good one. I like that one. We just talked about this one. It looks like smiles. Definitely looks like smiles. All right, purple shirt. Yes. Writing. Kind. Notes. For sure. And this last one I love. Working together. And I know that one of our other counselors, Mr. Woodruff, did a lesson on this, which was teamwork. Teamwork. That is what being a bucket filler looks like. Sharing, smiles, writing kind notes, and working together, or teamwork. So now let's think about what do we hear when we think of bucket filling? Raise your hand if you know something. Great answer, great answer. It sounds like compliments. Compliments are one of my favorite things. I love your shirt. I love your hair. I like your friend. I like your toys. Compliments are great. What else does it sound like? You're right. It sounds like kind words. Kind words. And I want to go back real quickly to the bucket dipper real quick, because in our story, those bucket dippers were the ones that were not using kind words. And so we definitely don't want to be a bucket dipper. And it really doesn't make you feel better, but it definitely, when you dip in someone else's bucket, it makes them feel bad. So being a bucket filler is only kind words, only those kind words. A friendly tone of voice. And that sounds very nice, a friendly tone of voice. Sometimes I bet your mom or dad or maybe grandma or grandpa has said to you, oh, think about your tone of voice. And that definitely can bring a new meaning to different words. One of my favorites, saying please and thank you. These are still what we call magic words. The magic words, not like abracadabra, not like our magic breath that we talked about, but the magic words, if you want something, you ask please. Once you get something, you say thank you. That's what being a bucket filler sounds like. Another thing it sounds like is, do you need help? That's a great way to be a bucket filler. Do you need help? All right, so now we're going to go by our last one. What does it feel like? Yep, you're right. It feels happy to be a bucket filler. It also feels, and I'm going to put this one in all capitals, safe. It feels safe to be a bucket filler. Feels friendly. Very good, very good. What's another one? Ooh, that's a big word right there. Our friend with black on his shirt just said supportive. Supportive. Very good. Helping others, being supportive. Oh, I like that one. Someone said polite. And that goes back to this, using those nice manners, saying please, saying thank you, and it feels like politeness. Very good. Also feels kind. And the last one, it feels comfortable. It feels comfortable to be a bucket filler. You don't have to worry about any other thing. It just is comfortable. Thank you, boys and girls, for helping me out with that. And now we're gonna do an activity at home. So you need anything that can be a bucket. I've got some buckets here. You can use a cup, a baggie. If you have a sand bucket, anything like that you can use. Crayons, markers, colored pencils, stickers, and some paper. It can be regular paper, lined paper. I'm going to be using some index cards. So anything that you can write on is fine. And so the stickers would be to maybe decorate your bucket. You could put your name on your bucket and try to get a bucket for each person in your family. I'll wait for you to go grab those things. You might even have one of those big 5-gallon buckets at home. We have one of those, but we use it to wash the car, so I didn't bring that one in. So what we're gonna do is, with each member's name on it, your goal, you're gonna have a kindness goal or a bucket filling goal of writing one thing for each person every day. So I might write, I love your shoes. And I'm going to put it in this bucket. Now, if you do something kind for your mom or your dad or grandma or grandpa, and they can go and they can write, helped with groceries. They can write that and they can put it in your bucket. And then at the end of the week, grab all the buckets, bring them in, sit around the table, and each person can read through their bucket and see if they have a full bucket. And that's what you want, is everyone in the family to feel good and to have a full bucket every single day. Don't be a bucket dipper. And I know sometimes we get a little bit, maybe with brother or sister, and we might say some things that might not be kind, or we get upset with mom and dad, and we might say some things that might not be kind. But remember, stop yourself and think, I don't want to be a dipper. And remove yourself from that situation. And so I want to thank you guys for listening to this lesson again today. I hope that you're watching all of the WNIN lessons, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day.